Satisfy your need for happiness through your own curiosity with the Ranveer Show. It's amazing listening to Randall Carlson Joe Rogan episodes, but he focuses a lot on the Younger Dryas impact theory, obviously because it's more centered to North America.
Yeah.
I am sure this episode ideally should reach him somehow. But the point I'm making is that he speaks about how the Younger Dryas was very, very bad for all of human civilization. I don't know whether it's related to the Younger Dryas or something after that, but apparently there was one phase where the human population was crunched down to about 3,000 people. It may have been the Toba explosion, honestly.
Yeah, which will go back way far back, right?
Yeah.
70,000 versus his is like a 12,000,
Yeah.
that thing.
Okay, the point I'm making is he talks a lot about Younger Dryas impact theory.
Correct.
And then he uses that as a proof that, hey, all these floods that we read about in our epics in Noah's Ark, Gilgamesh,
Yeah.
Manu in Indian culture, all these are very possible on the land that we call Prithvi or Earth.
Yeah.
This planet that we live on, all these things are possible. So do not shut yourself out to these possibilities just because they were stories you heard when you were a kid. What do you think happened because of the Younger Dryas impact theory in India?
Okay, definitely it was a bad period. Okay, we know from the climatological data. In fact, this is what we know. Saraswati, we discussed in the previous episode. So 200,000 years, beautifully, the big river of the Rigved. Nadi Tame, Ambi Tame, Devi Tame, Saraswati. Literally, the river is described as so powerful, so strong that it cuts the top of the mountain tops, and floats them like lotus flowers, or cuts them like as easily somebody cuts the lotus stem. That's powerful. That has started changing 50,000 years ago when Yamuna separated. And then it further changed in 15,000 years ago when Satluj separated. But in between, there is a last glacial maximum. So a lot of water has frozen into the glaciers in the Himalayas. So not enough water flow is there. And we have a sufficient evidence to show about 20,000 years ago. In fact, I use that to explain why Rigveda is definitely before 21,000 years.
One small pause. For those of you who don't know what Younger Dryas impact theory is, a massive comet hit the Earth in the Gulf of Mexico, caused cataclysmic events, killed off many, many humans.
Yes.
And very importantly from the Indian context, reduced temperatures
Significantly.
As in, it created a period of global cooling.
Global cooling, like a wind. I mean, they have some word for it, like a crazy winter. A lot of things would be affected, like the plants and growing. Agriculture would have been significantly affected.
So effectively,
like a famine. It might have resulted in famine.
Effectively, the already cold Himalayas became way colder, which didn't allow enough ice to melt for the Saraswati river to flow.
Right.
So therefore, the Younger Dryas impact theory
was significant for the river system.
And the Saraswati drying up.
Saraswati started drying up, say, after 50,000, Yamuna is gone. After 15,000, Satluj is gone. 20,000 years ago, LGM, so that is gone. But what happened now, so I'm saying the Younger Dryas was a really bad time. It's like a peak of the bad season. After that, beginning 7,000 BC, we have a paper of Anindya Sarkar 2016. We don't need to go there. Again, evidence from Arabian Sea to Rajasthan desert to Haryana, everywhere, under the ground also. There was an intensification of monsoon beginning 7,000 BC in India.
As in the monsoon we see now
is
more intense than it used to be.
Than it used to be. Because Younger Dryas affected monsoon also. So Younger Dryas was a really bad time even for India, but definitely not as bad as North America and other places.
To exit this scientific conversation slightly.
Sure.
I'm just trying to wonder what God was thinking. Hey, these idiot humans, let me throw a meteor at the earth. And then change up the seasons, change up rivers, change up landscapes and everything.
Okay, let me add a philosophical point to that.
Sure.
God created the universe. Okay, we have in a Bhagavata, Garbhodakshai Vishnu and Shirodakshai Vishnu. If you have a Hare Krishna devotees, they will go on and on this. And the creation is done. But God has created it so perfect. And then now he has gone Shayanashai Vishnu. To the extent, it almost feels like automated. We wonder if God exists. Okay, that's how perfect the job is been done. But does God, this becomes another subject altogether. Does God has time or takes interest into nitty-gritty affairs of our individuals? My answer is, in a broader sense, no. In another sense, actually, it does. Because if you look at the Indian Bhakti tradition, the Vedanta tradition, which is like in Marathi, apanachi hoya deva eka dhariliya bhava. If you start understanding who you are, you realize there is no difference. Mamaivansho jivaloke jivabhuta sanatana manashashtani indriyani prakriti sthani karshati. Mamaivansho jivaloke. There is no difference. Only the quantitative difference. Qualitative, we are the same. So when we start thinking, actually, there is that evolution of ourselves to the God is there in Bhagavad Gita. Upadrashta anumanta cha bharta bhokta maheshwaram. We go to that stage.
Purpose of human life.
So in that sense, God is taking interest in our individual affairs. But if you look at this, sometime like stock market crashes. Now that's like a bad thing. But the person who is rightly poised actually makes money too through the puts and calls. So it's a way of looking at it.
Effectively, we are just fungus growing on a wet piece of earth.
Well, if you look at it, we say this is the age of human beings or something. But the place where I'm adjunct faculty, Institute of Advanced Sciences, the main research there is on the botulinum, which is a bacteria or a virus, you can say, something like that, bacteria. Very deadly bacteria. But basically, the age of bacteria has never left. Even right now, our body is like a significant percentage bacteria.
I think this is the reason I love ancient history, that it truly teaches you the insignificance of your own existence as a modern day human who uses Apple Vision Pro. And we think, Apple Vision Pro aa gaya, wow, that's a big step in the technological creations of humanity, but you don't even know what you don't know. This is something Hancock and Joe Rogan both say, that just because something is older than you doesn't mean it wasn't more advanced.
That is very true.
You don't know how many cataclysmic events have happened which have just destroyed things before you, which then can be attributed to all these Sanjay having a TV in Mahabharata or, Atlantis also having televisions. And obviously everyone's favorite topic, vimanas, which is somehow made it to the West. Joe Rogan keeps talking about vimanas.
We will talk about vimanas too sometime.
Okay. If you enjoyed today's clip, make sure you check out these curated playlists that we've made especially for you related to the subject that was spoken about in this clip.